You sitting down? You should be. All right, so let's go ahead and get some more news and information that you need to know about. Miss Kristi Noem, come on up to the front, girl. Come on, sit down. Let's talk about this $220 million that you funneled through Tide Consulting Firm that you say you hired. All right, so family, let me go ahead and break this down real quick because this one right here is wild. Of course, everything about this current world we're in is wild, and you need to know what's happening with your tax dollars. Let's get real. So, Kristi Noem has just been caught in a major corruption scandal involving $220 million in federal contracts that appeared to have been routed to a consulting firm with direct personal and political ties to her inner circle. And, baby, the documents are damning. Now, let's talk about what that is. According to a major investigation by ProPublica, Reuters, Associated Press News, and several additional outlets, Noam's Department of Homeland Security actually approved a $220 million border advertising campaign under an emergency designation. Y'all see my little fingers with the quote unquote. That emergency actually allowed Department of Homeland Security to skip competitive bidding. Pause just right there, just for a minute. Did you hear what I just said? Skip competitive bidding, bypass normal oversight, and hand the bulk of the money to a Delaware shell company created just days. Yo, we can't make this shit up. You cannot. Just days before the contract was awarded. So behind that shell company, you ready? A well-connected Republican consulting firm called the Strategy Group. Here's where it gets real ugly and messy, y'all. The CEO of that firm, Benjamin Yoho, is married to Noam's own chief DHS spokesperson, Tricia McLaughlin. Let me say that again. The CEO of the firm that got the contract, the shell company, is the Strategy Group. CEO of the firm, Benjamin Yoho, is married to Kristi Noem's own chief DHS spokesperson, Tricia McLaughlin. Y'all just back there just taking taxpayers' money and just greasing each other's palms, just back and forth, just back and forth, just back and forth, just back and forth. Just, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. We haven't even talked about the camera crew and the makeup artists that you take with you on these little jaunts that you go. Anyway, enough of that. All right, the CEO of this firm that got the contract is married, let me say it again, to one of Kristi Noem's top DHS officials. Sounds like conflict of interest, doesn't it? Yeah, it is. So the Strategy Group also worked directly on Noam's gubernatorial campaign. So this isn't just business as usual. These are ties that you all have had for a minute. This is political loyalty, this is campaign work, and personal relationships all converging behind this $220 million federal contract. This is improper influence. This is ethics violations. This is procurement fraud, abuse of the national emergency loophole. Whether taxpayer dollars were deliberately routed to political allies or not, it was done with your money. Why we worried about people getting food stamps? This kind of crap is going on. I want to cuss so bad. Listen, over $143 million of that money flowed straight through the shell company, hiding the Strategy Group's involvement entirely from public documents. So not only was the money redirected, it was masked, which tells me what? You knew what you were doing. So this is now one of the largest federal contracting scandals under review, and we may be looking at congressional hearings, an inspector general investigation, and potentially criminal scrutiny if the money trail shows intentional concealment. Ain't no if. Let me be quiet. So Kristi Noem and her inner circle has some serious explaining to do, Lucy. And trust me, this is not the end of this story. Listen, for more news and information that you can always use, head over to brownstoneworldwide.com, Cityscape Radio, you guessed it, Brownstone Living Magazine. And don't forget, daily deals from Brownstone Living is active right now. Head on over and check it out at Brownstone Living, our meta page. All right, you guys, going out there and go to lunch. Be tickled. Be tickled. They're not done. They're not done.